Fixing oneself live as if it was of any help at all. Huh? I got those things I have to try, those incredibly cheap wireless headphones, but I don't have a Bluetooth connector for the PC. Because I thought maybe it's really nice to hear the audio from like that wireless. What's going on here? What's going on? We already 16? We already 16. Unbelievable. In 39 seconds, 16 people, 20 people. Who joined? Let's see. Yamile, Bas Hernandez, Eduardo Lopez Almanza, Carlos Sierralta, Warren Jason, Bernardo, Samuel MV Gaming, Abram Martinez, Nancy Gallo. You quite awesome, all of you. Huh? What's going on, guys? And Sebas M, and Paula Mariana Riartes, Miguelito Martinez, I already said that. I cannot repeat the name twice. Felipe Tiani, Cody Ready 4, Andre Lazo Caspedes, Diego Salamone. Hi, every one of you. How you doing, huh? What's going on, guys? Are you guys calling or are you guys watching all from the west or from the east? Ninguli from Manila. Wow, man. You're still up. What time is it over there? Must be pretty late. Must be pretty late in Manila. Wow. Who had a thought that in 2020, well, this is already true for quite some time, but who would have thought that in modern times you could just do this? You could just broadcast. You could just broadcast yourself to the world. Right now, to 29 of you, but still, it's the world because you are everywhere around this globe. Hello, guys. Every one of you. Maria, ciao. Alessandra, ciao. Alessandra, she just crossed. Yesterday we did. Actually, I have to upload it later. I did a reaction with Alessandra Bonadonna yesterday on the phone, like this, to celebrate also her 10,000 subscribers mark. But now she's already at 11. Past 11. Huh? It goes really quickly. Esta Bay, yes, we're going to do more Nightwish. Leave the request, ask me a question, and we can also talk so that we can make those lives not only about the reading which band I have to do, but also about something else, things that you're curious, things you want to talk about, subject that might interest you, from the news to what's going on, in general. Alessandra wants to see more Pearl Jam. Actually, I just saw that there's a new song from Pearl Jam out, which I really liked. Really liked. So I'm waiting for the new album. Let's see, Carlos, what he asked. Let me go back to find Carlos. Yes, that's what I just was saying, Carlos. Dance of the Clairvoyants. It's so funny because, not a lot of people probably agree, but I also always liked Kings of Leo. Some of the stuff they do, I always thought they were interesting in terms of the way they create those ballads and those nice songs. Not every album, of course. And when I was listening to the new song of Pearl Jam, actually there is a lot of there is a lot of element that reminded me of Kings of Leo. And I also like that Eddie Vedder is using his voice in a more studio way, like, because bands like Pearl Jam, they're great. He's a great singer, and they do the approach more of like as if the voice is used singing live. Of course, in this one, it's used also a little bit more like as an instrument, like for the sake of creating a vibe that it's different also from what you expect usually him to do, and that I really enjoyed in that song of the new song of Pearl Jam. Ciao, Yondarian1. Ndarian1, ciao. Nella, ciao. Osmar Estrada, ciao. Heads Vlog, Ciao from the Philippines. Ciao to all of you. Dario Giorgio. Ciao. Charita. Ciao. Yeah, it's a great song. Well, I strum Shining 20. I strum a little bit the guitar, but yeah, I cannot really say I play guitar. But there's time to improve. Mariana, hola. Hola, guys. Guys, let's ask a question here. We're 38 of us. We have to talk about whatever. We have to talk. Let's talk about the Super Bowl. And a lot of you that watched the video that I did yesterday realized, like me, that the performance was basically mostly, I think, lip synced. But this is not new. I went back to check also other shows, and even the Red Hot Chili Peppers, even the Red Hot Chili Peppers, when they did the halftime show a few years ago, 5-6 years ago or so, they also did most of the instruments were not plug in, when they were pre-recorded, and only the voice was playing. Los Javias La Conquistada. I have to check this band. Have I heard this name already? Probably I didn't. Yeah, Seba said most Super Bowl shows are, yes, I agree. But there were a lot, actually, many that were sang live. So that's why it surprises me that sometimes you get bands which they chose to go live, and sometimes you have this thing that it's just a show. But yeah, I understand. Like many of you said, they have to try to put everything together in a short amount of time in the middle of the field, and then has to be break down again and removed. So it's totally understandable that it takes time, and it's also it's a way of controlling the performance better, so less thing can go wrong, and you can concentrate on the choreography and so on and so forth. um Did you guys watch also the Marcelito Pomoy on America Got Talent? Like I was suspecting, he did the song of Andrea Bocelli. And yeah, who knows now what it's going to take in the new episode. Oh, thank you so much, Litmurio. Thank you so much. I really appreciate your comment. Alejandro Arteaga. Alejandro, I really like Soda Stereo and Gustavo Cerati, but I'm also trying not to alienate everyone else on the channel, because when now I posted a ton of Soda Stereo videos, and there's a couple of thousand of you that always watch those, but I don't think the interest, of course, to every one of the 80,000 people or more. So I'm trying to keep it a little bit sparse. For my own interest, I like to check, I like to discover new song. Also because I'm trying to see which song of Soda Stereo of Cerati I could be able to sing, because the intention of my channel now, I haven't done a cover in a week or so. I just posted some of my older music, because the intention of my channel also is entertaining and also sharing my music or covers. So this time I didn't do a cover because I was studying on which cover to do. I wanted to do a cover of Caifanes, but both Caifanes singer and Gustavo, they have a peculiar high nasal voice, which I have difficulties to perform in that range. So I'm just trying to find a little bit a song that I can do, so that it also makes more sense to pay tribute to a band by also doing a cover of them. And I also want to, truth to be told, I also want to, the older, the old, like I always say in every live, the older bands that will come. But I'm also interested in reacting, like new bands from Mexico, new bands from Argentina, new bands, like stuff that it's good that it's happening now around. Like for instance, I discovered the Babasonicos. I did only, I think, 2 videos on Babasonicos, and I found them very interesting. So I would like to do a little bit more on them. I would like to do more also on Porter, this Mexican band, which is very interesting and Hindi and meaningful. So I would love to do a little bit more reaction on them. Let's see what's going on here. Dante Catena, Teresa Duque. Let's see. I think I didn't listen to Canción Animal. Vetusta Morla. All new names that I've never heard before. Kraken. Is this Kraken band? It's an older band or it's a new band? That it's in the style of Rata Blanca. Oh, it's an older band. Okay. Well, we got a Lola Mora S. I don't know. I cannot give you top five song of Soda Stereo because I'm trying to react to the songs as we go. You know what I mean? Because every day I listen to new music, so I know all of those songs. Like I think now I've done, I don't know, 15 songs, 20 songs reaction on Soda Stereo. Um, I like Creeman. I like Città della Furia, Città della Furia. I like also Enremolinos. I think is one of my favorites so far. But I have to check that album more. I like that vibe. I like that vibe of Soda Stereo when it sounds a little bit more like in the area of Cure and that kind of vibe. I enjoy that very much. I wanted to do a live reaction, but I don't know if it's me or I don't know how to do it. I cannot share the screen here. I don't know how it's done to share the screen on YouTube Live. Otherwise, we could do it. I don't even know if it's possible. Probably it's possible. I don't know. I gotta find out a way of sharing the screen and do a live reaction. But it's also nice to do a live that we talk to each other, like we can do stuff. And mm, keep asking question. I'm here for you guys. Let's talk. Let's talk. Let's talk to each other. Disco Eterno. Yes, I gotta check that. Tame Impala. That's also very interesting. Yeah, I think I know some songs of them. Would you guys be cool if we do more metal and rock? Also from everywhere. I would love to do like now. Like I said, I'm gonna upload a reaction I did with Alessandra yesterday of Pink Floyd Echoes, the first part. So I would like to do also some standards, some great, some of the greats, some of the great songs that we all grew up with, that we all can relate to. Let's talk about my favorite movie. Wow, Alessandra. Wow, I have so many favorite movies. I used to watch cinema a lot. I'm a nerd when it comes to movies and cinema. I've watched also a lot of cinema that it's more arty, so to speak. Like that. It's not necessarily mainstream at all. And I've always been a great lover of strange directors, from like Russian directors and Polish directors, and some of the old Chinese one, Japanese one, and mm, yeah, also Chinese. There's some recent Chinese director which I found very interesting. I don't know many. I don't know many. I don't remember if there are many movie directors from South America that I like, apart from Mexico, of course, Inarritu, which is also one of my favorite. Um, Inarritu for sure. Who else is from South America or North America in general? I mean, from a Spanish-speaking country. I'm sure I must have watched some movies, but now I don't remember the directors. I like South Korean directors. I'm not sure if. Let me think. Was is the guy that did autumn, fall, winter, autumn? You know, like I forget always how to place the title of the movie. Is that guy from South Korea? Because that movie I like it very much. And he also Old Boy. The guy that did Old Boy, is it also from South Korea? Because I like the movie a lot. Old Boy. I don't know if you know that thriller action. Maria Piricio. Yes, Maria, I make music. You can find my music on Spotify. I just published some videos of actually a few days ago. I just published a video of one of my songs that it's on Spotify. Tin Man and Sparrow. If you go my channel, you find it. It's called Your Love. That song. But you also find other songs on my channel. Mariana, Old Boy, yes, South Korea, yes. I liked very much the movie. I forgot the name of the director, but yeah, certainly. Great weird movie. Sebastian Varela. Yes, I like Björk. Björk, she's one of the weirdest, more interesting artists out there, you know? Very consistent. Park Chan-wook is the guy, yeah, Old Boy. Great. Yeah, there are so many, there's so many movies that I loved and love. We could talk about movies forever. In fact, I was thinking of doing more reactions of trailers as well. Oh, like, or we can use the live to do that. Well, this year I haven't followed. Let me think. This year, what have I watched? I don't think I watched all the movies. I watched a marriage story. What is it called? The movie, a marriage story. The movie with Scarlett Johansson and Adam Driver. I found that movie very nice. So it reminds me a little bit of the type of dramatic comedy that Woody Allen did sometime. There are some of those elements of some Woody Allen movies that are less known, like Interiors. I don't know if you have watched this movie of Woody Allen, Interiors, or what was the other one? Anna and her sisters. Anna and her sisters. I always mistakes. Nancy Gallo, of course. Cinema Paradiso. That's an Italian classic now. It's a beautiful movie. I like some horror movies, but not so much because I'm not so fond of, like just being scared for being scared sake. But I like zombie movies. I like both very artistic movie, hearty movie stuff that it's more difficult to follow, that you really have to pay attention and get into it, and that there is more expectation on the viewer. And I also enjoy, of course, blockbusters. I enjoy science fiction. I mean, I'm a great lover of science fiction. Some of my favorite movie, like for a lot of you, are like Back to the Futures and Indiana Jones. Those older movies. You know what I mean? So, but I love all type of level of cinema as long as it's done you know in a great way. I recently watched World War Z, and I really enjoyed it. And like I'm also pissed they're not gonna do again a sequel because it would be interesting. Interesting. I watched a lot of zombie movies. I watched also Zombieland 1 and 2 Double Tap. That was super funny. I loved it. I think that's one of the funniest zombie movie that I watched. Um, yeah, I'm a great science fiction lover. I love Pedro Almodovar. I think I watched almost every movie of Pedro Almodovar. I forgot the titles now, but that's how I discovered Javier Bardem. I remember when I saw Javier Bardem for the first time before he got big. When I saw him, I think first of all, I think I saw him in a movie of Bigas Luna called Golden Balls, and it's a 80s movie. And already when I saw it there, I was like, wow. And then I saw him in this movie. I think that he was a basketball player that he then loses the ability to walk. He's bound in a wheelchair, if I'm not mistaken. Then I also watched him in another movie where I think he was a cop, a private investigator. I forgot those names, but I remember seeing him and I thought, like, wow, this freaking Javier Bardem guy is one of the best actor I've ever seen. And I remember thinking that, like, I don't know, 20 years ago when or more when I watched those movies, and he turned out to be one of the greatest actors ever. Dolor Gloria. It's a new movie, right? It's a new movie of Almodovar, right? With also Antonio Banderas, which he was also one of the younger actor that was discovered by Pedro Almodovar. I think that's how he got his first break into cinema, Pedro Almodovar. Sorry, yes, that guy. No, I just forgot the name again. Antonio Banderas. I love Tarantino. I love Tarantino, yes. Let's see, Tarantino movie. What's else going on? You should see series Walking Dead if you like zombies. I like zombies. I would like to see Walking Dead, but Walking Dead, isn't it like the zombies are too smart? Like they're sort of like thinking and like I don't like so much that type of stuff. I like when zombies are like that you have to escape them and they don't develop like some kind of like intelligence. The Godfather. I'm gonna tell you something that is gonna make a lot of people just like, I've never fully watched The Godfather. It's one of the few movies, the classics, that I've never finished to watch. I don't know why. Maybe I got to it too late. I remember watching The Godfather until Al Pacino travels to Sicily. The moment they travels to Caesar, I remember stopping it there. I never continued. So I got to that point and I never continued. So maybe I should go back and watch the Godfather. I recently watched The Irishman, which was a funny story. Yes, of course. David Lynch, Blue Velvet, of course. Blue Velvet and what is it? U-Turn, Mulholland Drive. Yes, I like David Lynch both as a director, also as a human being. He's a very interesting human being. He's also a great artist. Very great artist. Oh man, Nicolas, Luis. I did smoke weed in the past. I stopped smoking for 15 years. I did smoke for for some time. Late. I started late. I started at 23 smoking weed here in the Netherlands, in Amsterdam. But it didn't last long. I think it lasted for a couple of years, and then I got totally tired of it. Desperado, yes, I watched Desperado too. Oh, that would be great. There are so many great songs from movies, soundtracks that I love, that I absolutely love. That would be awesome. That would be absolutely awesome. That's a good idea. I don't know if, I don't know if people will enjoy it, but I will enjoy to do it. There's so many. Gloria, ciao, bella. There are so many. Ciao, Tata. There are so many great soundtracks in cinema. I mean, 50% of a movie usually is the music. Ciao, Victor. Ciao. From Monterrey, Mexico. I mean, I cannot even imagine like the Studio Ghibli movie without Joe Hisaishi. Joe Hisaishi is one of my favorite composers, and he's also done music for another of my favorite director called Takeshi Kitano. I don't know if anybody of you knows this guy. He's a Japanese guy. He used to be a comedian. He was a super famous comedian, and then he started to make yakuza movies and cop and mob movies. And I tell you this, Takeshi Kitano is the guy that inspired Quentin Tarantino to make Reservoir Dogs and other like mob movies. If you watch early Takeshi Kitano movies, you realize that a lot of influences in some of the Tarantino movies where they come from. And I tell you also another thing. Uh, Tarantino, I think early in the 2000s, he created a company to be able to distribute in the states because it was not distributed yet. Takeshi Kitano was not distributed. His movies were not distributed in the U.S. and Tarantino created a company to distribute the movie of Takeshi Kitano in the U.S. So just to let you know how much he liked Takeshi Kitano movie. Ah, yeah, Irene, Irene and Carlos know Takeshi Kitano. Yes, I mean, I love Takeshi Kitano movies. I mean, like movies like Hanabi, like was awesome. Hanabi came out in '97, won a lot of prizes. Beautiful, beautiful drama, and also Violent Cop, one of his first movie, like Violent Cop. It's like just a Tarantino movie, basically, or the other way around. So. I can tell you almost every Tarantino movie, I can tell you where he took inspiration from. I mean, if you take Kill Bill, Tarantino inspired the movie completely on a movie of a French director called Francois Truffaut. Francois Truffaut is also one of my favorite director, and I watched all movies of his. He's part of the Nouvelle Vogue of the 50s on, and I don't know if some of you know Francois Truffaut, and he did this movie called The Bride Wore Black. The Bride Wore Black. Basically, the bride is dressed in black. The bride wore black, and it's exactly the same story. A wife, a bride that seeks revenge to kill the people that kill his, future husband that never happened. So, but I don't think Tarantino makes he hides those things. But you have to know, if you know, because like me, I'm a nerd about cinema. I could see all those references when I saw the movies. So also for your fun, if you know those things, you can go check it out. Carlos, I love Studio Ghibli. I mean, Studio Ghibli, they are masterpieces. Every single one of them is a masterpiece of animation, of cinema, of everything. I love each and every one of them. Yeah, Pulp Fiction soundtrack, it's mostly artist, because Tarantino uses already existing songs for his movies. So those are all artists, like he's also a very great music lover. So he really goes through all this collection of vinyl music to find the right match for his movies. So Tarantino is the biggest nerd. Irene, you're welcome. I can give you all kinds of recommendation about cinema and references and what not. I mean, I'm that nerd. Even though lately I haven't watched so many hearty movies anymore, I focus more of entertaining stuff. I watch so much stuff from in my 20s. I watched so much cinema that I'm like, oof, Wes Anderson, of course. Wes Anderson is so funny, and also because everything that has Bill Murray in, I'll watch it. I just watched also the commercial of the Groundhog Day thing of the Super Bowl. I mean, I like they say I could watch Bill Murray just reading the phone book or just I don't know whatever staring at the window. You know what I mean? I just love Bill Murray. It's just one of those characters that you fall in love for. and I hope he's gonna stick around for a long time because I just love that guy. Thank you so much, Irene. Thank you so much. You're kind. Exactly. I was actually just, Carlos, I was just about to say that. I mean, John Williams. I mean, I cannot imagine any of those great movies without. I think John Williams did also a lot of the Spielberg stuff. Also, Jaw, if I'm not mistaken, right? Jaw, Close Encounter of the Third Kind. I'm pretty sure of it. And I cannot imagine Indiana Jones or all those things without these compositions, or like those guys are such a great artist that nowadays we're starting to appreciate them a little bit more. I mean, in my playlist I've had those type of songs for so long, also including the one of Joe Hisaishi. I mean, Joe Hisaishi has created so many beautiful songs for the movies of Kitano and Studio Ghibli, and same thing for John Williams. Or maybe recently I was watching again Interstellar, and I thought like, wow, this freaking composer is amazing. Like I just love that stuff. That I couldn't imagine that movie without that beautiful soundtrack. I forgot his name. What is it? Hans Zimmer. Hans Zimmer. Hans Zimmer. And there's also another guy that I love, absolutely love some of his composition. He did Sheltering Sky of Bertolucci. I think he did also, if I'm not mistaken, Merry Christmas, Mr. Lawrence. He did probably some other Bertolucci's movie. What's his name? Oh, I think he was part of the. He was part of a progressive electronic band in Japan. What's his name? I forgot his name. If you guys know the name of this guy, these are the Japanese composer. Sheltering Sky. Ah, I cannot remember that guy. Yes, of course, Gustavo Santolalla. Yes, I love what he did with. I think was it like was he also doing the soundtrack for a Motorcycle Diary? I think so. I think he did also Motorcycle Diary. He did also some other movies. Ciao from Patagonia. Wow, amazing. Ciao, Miguel. Yes, Mariana, Ryuichi Sakamoto. Yes, exactly. Ryuichi Sakamoto. One of my favorite songs from Ryuichi Sakamoto, it's On the Hills, and it's an extract from this movie called Sheltering Sky, which is also another freaking masterpiece of Bertolucci. I don't know if you ever watched the Bertolucci's movies, but The Sheltering Sky, Te nel Deserto, which is one of my favorite movies. It's an incredible, beautiful story, a beautiful drama, beautiful adventure, and the soundtrack of Ryuichi Sakamoto is just epic. There's this song called "On the Hills," and I love that song. It's just beautiful. Ciao, Elena. Don't call me sir. Call me Your Highness. I'm just kidding. Call me Frank or Franco or call me Hey. Secreto en la Montaña, I don't know. That I don't know. Yeah, the composers, they're gonna get much more credit in the future because literally they're composing also the new classical music together with, of course, all the other artists of the past 40 years. Um, uh, that like Pink Floyd, Led Zeppelin, all those great bands like Yes, Uriah Heep, King Crimson, Janis Joplin, like all those guys, even people like U2, like the early U2, all those great bands, The Cure. This is all music that it's going to be recognized as classical music in the future. You know what I mean? we're gonna have, because classical music, it's nothing else than music that actually was modern music at the time, that was performed by the creators, and then became classical because artists learn how to play this older song and they represent them exactly as they are. But it's so funny when you think about it, this misconception about what is classical music. I mean, those people, when they were Beethoven, when he was creating music, he wasn't thinking of about creating classical music. He was thinking about creating music. That was actually the most modern thing that existed at the time. That's what it was. That's what you could do. And performances, of course, which much more were much more rated, because you couldn't have a way of recording it. Can you imagine what we lost? Can you imagine? And thank God that they entrusted everything to mathematic and to the music, that it's mathematic itself, laid down so precisely and well, so that people afterward could just learn from it. You know, this is the magic of music. But also at the same time, we are today, we are so lucky because everyone that we have liked or we like, it's recorded. We can see both video performance, studio performance, and an endless array of in between. And this is just true for us in the past, what, 100 years or so? Before that, everything else, maybe less than 100 years, actually. I don't know where when people started to record vinyls, maybe not even 100 year. And you have to think, like, before, every artist that exists, everybody that had a guitar, maybe so many artists which were smaller and they were playing around and they had a wonderful song and it just got lost because maybe the song written down and the chords, whatever, just got lost. And would have been, can you imagine, for instance, like seeing one of those older guy, I don't know, Chopin playing himself, you know what I mean, like listening how Chopin did his own stuff, or Beethoven, whatever. Let's see what's going on here. Goran Bregovic, yes, Goran Bregovic, Emir Kusturica. I like Emir Kusturica as a director. I watched several movies, and Emir Kusturica uses a lot Goran Bregovic in his soundtracks. Yamile, where can I watch your video? Yamile, if you go on my channel, I think the last video that I uploaded of my music video, it's on the main page. If you click on my channel, you find it there. And also Thin Man and Sparrow on Spotify. You have those selection for free there of music that we produced already. Let's see what's going on. Yes, did you see that I changed the color of the fans? They were like blue before, now we put green. I forget that I can change it, so every now and then I have to change it so we make a little bit of variation here. Sol Molina, I'm sorry guys, I really am. Like, I wish I knew how to speak Spanish and Japanese and Chinese and like French and all kinds of language. I really wish I was that smart. I try English because, of course, I speak English because it's easier for the majority of people to understand a little bit, because I'm not English myself, I'm Italian. So yeah, if I spoke Italian, I will probably narrow down even more, the audience and stuff. But I think there should be possible that the videos, you can put an automatic translation on the videos, so it gives you some sense of translation. I try to speak slower and the more clearly that I can, so that the automatic translation picks up the right words and it does more or less an accurate translation of what I'm talking about. DK, DK, I like the way also your name sounds very metal. Thank you so much. I hope if you're going to sleep, I wish you sweet dreams. And we're gonna do another live soon. Let's see what's going on here. Eros Ramazzotti reaction. Eros Ramazzotti reaction. Eros Ramazzotti reaction. Actually, Eros Ramazzotti, I think, is also very popular in Mexico and South America, right? Detonantes. A new Argentina. What is it? Like it's a metal band? I gotta check that out then. Neck. Laura non c'è, right? I think actually Neck was, if I remember correctly, Neck was actually had a very good voice. He was actually a good singer, if I'm not mistaken. Or am I mistaking him for somebody else? If I remember correctly, he was a pretty good singer. Keep asking whatever you want. Keep asking whatever you want. I was thinking also what kind of like how we could divide the week with I wanted to buy like a streaming thing for gaming, but I don't know if some of my audience is also gaming. Um, I love some games. I don't play a lot, but I love RPG games. So it'd be kind of funny to do a little bit more also like once a week or so, also like some live streaming of gaming and stuff like that. Mm. Festival de Viña. Festival de Viña is in Chile, and it's from what I understand, is also one of probably it's a very relevant festival in all of the Spanish-speaking country. Ciao, Jack. Nice to see you. Jack, actually, recently I don't play much because usually I like RPG games, I like adventure games, and I know that the remake of Final Fantasy VII is coming out. So probably I play that one because I used to love Final Fantasy series, but then it just takes so much time. It just takes so much time. I think I got to 10, and then I tried to play the 13 or the 12. I forgot which one it was. And then I bought the last one, the 14 or whatever, and I think I still have it somewhere here. I tried to went through a little bit in the beginning and then I just gave up. But also because I don't know, the way the 7 was epic, some others didn't manage to get to the level of epicness. So most likely I will play the 7. I love all the like Tomb Raider's movie game, all the Uncharted. I wish I wish they would publish more Uncharted because I love that type of stuff. So I really enjoy RPG games. I'm not so much of a shoot everything kind of guy or racing games. Sometimes I play Gran Turismo. I have a race. Jack, I used to play. I stopped playing online games because it also took so much time. I used to play. I had an abonnement to a World of Warcraft already when it came out the first time. I think in 2000 what is it, 7, 5, 6? I don't remember. Why is already that long? Wow, World of Warcraft is already been around for that long. Wow, it's crazy. I remember I was so hooked to that freaking game. At the time, you could only get to level 60, and I think I remember I got to level 57. Oh man, that was so much time on that game. Oh my god, too much time. Now like now it's just difficult to play because I enjoy playing. I would love to play, but I feel guilty that I'm not using the time for other things. So I most of the time I try to do always everything else I have to do, like making content, doing reaction, taking care of my business, taking care of the music, working on new stuff that, of course, I want to share here with you guys, and also to keep growing the YouTube channel. And then sometimes in the evening, maybe when I feel tired, or I watch a movie, or I indulge a little bit into a game or something like that, like a race. But now I don't know so many games. Another game that I really enjoyed playing was the Last of Us, The Last of Us, which is also kind of wonderful. That was one of the greatest games that I played in the last period, and I would really like to play the new one. I don't know if the new one came out already or is gonna come out of the new The Last of Us. Anybody has played that game? I love that game. That game was great. What an original story. So we went from movies to soundtracks of movies to games, and we're gonna keep talking. Ciao, Elena. It's time to sleep there. Thank you so much for joining the live, and God bless you too. And I hope to see you soon. Sweet dreams. All right. You take care. Oh, thank you, Jack. Thank you. I'm happy you liked the folk song. Riccardo Moggio did the song of Spinetta. All right, we're gonna check that out. If I, you gotta keep reminding me because I forget. I did one reaction of DVD dos. Maybe should do more DVD dos. I know very little about DVD dos, and also about Sumo. I did few more, I think. I have to ask the same guys which love Soda Stereo, Sumo, Spinetta. You know, I have to ask you guys, you audience, part of this audience that you love those things, also to suggest me things from other places. So just that I can interest you, but also I can interest to a wider range. Because, like I said in the beginning of the stream, you know, like I have audience mainly from the US, from Mexico, from Argentina, from Indonesia, from South Korea, in between. Those are the major, like, 5 or 6 places where I get the audience from, and everywhere in between. So I want to make sure a little bit that I want to do things that my interest a little bit more of you. You know, like for instance, like this morning we did a Marcelita Pomoy reaction on America Got Talent, and it gets a lot of audience, of course, because I also have a lot of audience from the Philippines, around the Asia area there. So Fado, I don't know much about Fado. We should do some of that as well. Some Fado, yes. Arturo, ciao, good morning. Irvine, California. Oh man, so lucky. You live in California. Here it's windy, raining. I want to live in California too. Sandro. Sandro fans. Did Sandro did the song also with the you guys send me, I already forgot her name, Lynch. It's a woman. She's blonde. She has curly hair, and she's called the Lynch something. I forgot her name because I saw some links and then I closed it by mistake. I was supposed to do a react. Valeria Lynch. Yeah, exactly. That's her. I think I saw a video. One of you sent me a video. Was it possible there was Valeria Lynch as Sandro, or am I mistaken? Because maybe I'll do it later. If I remember to do it, I do it later. So we do Sandro and Valeria Lynch. We do two new ones. Two new ones on the channel. Huh? Ah. I also told Alessandra. Alessandra asked me. She wants to do a little bit of reading of my novel, of my book. She wants to do a little bit of reading on her channel, and I said yes, it's great. And perhaps sometimes live we can also do that here every now and then. But yeah, I also look forward to hear her reading some of the book. If you guys love science fiction and paranormal stories and you read in English, this might be also something that you might interested in you. I kind of feel quite proud of it. And I also feel proud actually advertising it. I never do it enough. I don't know. I really don't do enough. I don't do enough. But I'm pretty proud of advertising something that I've created, like I do with music. And to write this book took me some times, and it's also something I would love to continue. I was actually pondering if to continue this story or not, because a little bit I left an open ending a little bit. Um, it's a beautiful adventure, Nelly. It's a beautiful adventure. At least I put in all the things that I would love to read. All the things I combined. From I don't know, Indiana Jones to like thriller movies and more fantastical things. So, and all the paranormal and mysteries that I've been amused by in life and discovering, and I just put them in the book. Of course, it's my first attempt, but Irene, I don't write for a living, but I write because I want to write, and I want to keep writing, and I want to also keep writing songs and other stuff. So the book is out. The book, you find it on Amazon. You find it on Amazon. You find it actually on Barnes and Noble. You find it everywhere. There's also a link under every video if you're curious, and also if you use Kindle, if you use the tablet of Kindle, the book now it's super cheap. It's like $1.90 or something like that. It's incredibly cheap, and the hard copy I don't know was like $14 or something like that. Even the hard copy, it's just cheap anyway. Thank you, Nelly. I appreciate. Yeah, if you do leave a comment also on Amazon, it also helps the rating going up. Yeah, I have to do more advertisement. So don't mind me if every now and then in the lives or in videos I show a little bit more pride in advertising the stuff I do, because I just want people to read it. I just want people to enjoy it. I'm pretty sure that I'm certain that there are 100,000 people out there. I'm 100% certain that 100,000 people at least will enjoy this book. I'm that convinced. I'm really that convinced. So yeah, I gotta do a little bit more promotion. Oh, stay safe, man. Is it bad? Is it bad weather in Indonesia? Watch out. Stay warm. And I hope to see Harry. Harry, I hope to see you soon in the next live. And we got also somebody here from. Hello, where are you from? From South Korea? Osvaldo Castro, Nick Cave. Man, I love Nick Cave. I don't know. I don't know. I actually wanted to do a reaction on on the last album that he did. Did you listen, Osvaldo? Did you listen to Ghosting? Freaking hell, man. I don't know. I don't understand how Ghosting it's not being hasn't won any prize. I don't know if it's gonna run for next year Grammys or something like that, but I have no idea if Ghosting had to be nominated for something this year, a Grammy, and it wasn't. Oh man, I don't know what they're doing with those Grammys, because that freaking album Ghosting, it's freaking spectacular. It's beautiful, beautiful. Like from the beginning to the end, the new album of Nick Cave is just hunting, man. It's just hunting stuff. It's absolutely excellent. My opinion, of course. So I'm just curious if you did listen to the last album or not, Osvaldo. Hey, Berenice Robles, five, amazing, amazing. You're so kind. Berenice, you know that I stopped reacting to So Young because that freaking So Young video got me a copyright strike. the first time, and I was so upset that I erased all the other videos with So Young, and then I learned that some of those South Korea company are very strict on uh, on uh, on that. But I did some other South Korean artists like Park Yo Shin. I always mix them up. He's a great singer. I love that guy. Osvaldo, yes, ghosting is a work of art. We agree 100% on that, and it's also the reason why me and Jean we are implementing more electronic stuff in our new songs. A little bit, we were exploring that as well because that album is just spectacular. Hey Jim, what's going on? Why you're in the hospital? I hope everything is alright with you. Luis Eduardo Silva, react to Offspring. Why you don't get a job? I don't know that song. I gotta check that out. Maria, she's in New York. Ciao, Maria. Nice to see you. My sister lives in New York. I have family in New York. I love New York. Soft, soft. I did the reaction of Papo. Ciao, Javier. Nice to see you, man. Stained, it's been a while, yeah. I think I did a reaction on that one. Or not. Or I used another song of Stained. Yeah, that guy is a great singer, man, no doubt about it. And to answer again to Berenice, um, if you know of any So Young song that doesn't get blocked or with the risk of getting a copy strike, I would be happy because So Young was one of the revelation of this year for me. What a powerful singer, man! Wow, I was completely impressed by her power and voice and quality of the voice and control, everything. That girl, wow. Semilla, nice to see you. Nice to see you. Thank you. I appreciate that. I'm doing more lives also because I want to, hang out when I can. I want to hang out with you guys a little bit more, and we can just talk about everything. I don't have now I don't have like a clear direction. For instance, like for podcasts, because for podcasts would be interesting also to have guests on, so that you could talk and do perhaps a flow of thought and stuff like that. But I do enjoy the podcast format. I consume a lot of podcast myself, and I would love to. And now it's a little bit of a trend. Every guy that wants to talk about something is doing a podcast, and it's totally fine. It's great. It's great because it also gives an avenue to other people which they're versed in so many subject or things to express themselves, and also gives an opportunity for people to follow a longer format, especially when it comes down to, for instance, news, to discuss things in more depth without the sort of like news format that has to last like 35 seconds and so on and so forth. So I think people are starving more for this type of content where you can there is also more interaction. That's why I said also, guys, for my audience, if we also want to talk about things into details, from I don't know, from meditation, from well-being, from food, from cinema to entertainment to news, specific news, issues, political stuff, whatever I can be able to discuss with you to the extent of my knowledge, or whatever things I can be curious and expand, I will be happy to do it here with you. I just saw somebody of you say Bonwell. Litmurio. First of all, Bonwell, of course. Of course, Bonwell. Of course. La Sien Andalou, the Andalusian dog. And do you know that Bonwell did a lot of stuff with Dali? I think he did that movie with Dali. And one of my favorite movie of Bonwell, it's my obscure object of desire, or the what was the other one? The mild no the discreet the discreet I don't know the title in English, but I know the title in Italian. Il discreto fascino della borghesia, which the discreet glamour of bourgeoisie or something like that. I don't know the English title. Yeah, I like Bonwell. Bonwell started me on Francois Truffaut, and started me also on Godard, um, Jean-Luc Godard. But I do prefer. I love some movies of Jean-Luc Godard, but not all of them. I prefer Francois Truffaut. I think for me, Francois Truffaut is superior in storytelling. And I want to tell you also this. Do you know, guys? Well, let's talk a little bit more about cinema again. Do you know, guys, the movie, the Close Encounter of the Third Kind? Do you know the movie from Steven Spielberg? Let me know if you know. Anyway, if you know the movie Close Encounter of the Third Kind, in the movie there is an actor, there is a character which portrays this French scientist, which is in charge of the whole like operation in the movie. And that French actor actually is Francois Truffaut, is the French director, that uh, became part of the movie because Spielberg is a great Francois Truffaut lover at the time. And of course, Francois Truffaut, when Spielberg was emerging, it was really huge in France and around. He was very renowned for making a lot of masterpieces. So he asked Truffaut to join his movie and to be part of the movie, and he did. But he asked Spielberg not to have anything to do with directing. And I think it's a great choice. Francois Truffaut did a great job in that movie. I also like Hitchcock. I'm not so versed in Hitchcock movies because I don't like so much those weird, but I know some movies. I think recently I watched North by Northwest. Is it also a Hitchcock movie? I think yes. I think recently I saw that. Cha from Syria. Wow, so nice, man. I think you're the first one that is from Syria. So nice, man. So nice. So happy. I got audience in Syria as well. Wow, we're really international here, man. That's lovely. Oh, Blake Francis. I have to check that. I didn't know he was a fan of Bonwell. Arturo Pacheco, please review Eddie Zuko. I have to tell you the truth. I had this video up. I clicked on the link and then I forgot again. Rare Window. I haven't watched that movie, Jack. I think I have to watch that. Let's read a little bit. I'm reading a little bit here what's going on. Oh, my pleasure, JRD. Marcelito deserves it. So let's hope he keeps going. Oh, yes, Litmurio. I know about that. I know about that Truffaut and Hitchcock thing. Yes. They were the most relevant at the time because Truffaut and Hitchcock they managed to both create movies that were like very commercial, viable, viably commercially, and also incredibly artistic, beautiful. Francisco, Fabulous Cadillacs. Yeah, I gotta check some of those more. Guys, we're gonna have like I want to do all those Spanish speaking artists for sure, but you gotta give me a list also of classics. Let's go a little bit classic as well. Let's go classic a little bit. Let's go through, I don't know, like all the classic from also I don't know if I can react to Bob Dylan. I don't know because I have the idea that a lot of the stuff it's blocked. I have to check. But I would love to react to more classic stuff. I don't know, Janis Joplin, Bob Dylan, Led Zeppelin, The Who, the Yes, and going all the way to some Camel, or all the way to some more glam rock, and then a little bit more grunge, and Tool, and metal, and new metal, and a little bit of all those kind of stuff. Osvaldo Castro. Do I like Wim Wenders? Do I like Wim Wenders? Huh? That's a question? That's a question you're asking me? Man, I think Wim Wenders is responsible for one of my favorite movie ever. Ever. One of my favorite movie ever. It's Wings of Desire. Wings of Desire is one of my favorite freaking movies. I love that movie. It's just a beautiful movie. I even like the continuation, even though Far Away So Close, which it becomes more of a thriller, of course. But Wings of Desire, wow, I just love that movie. It's one of the most poetic movie that I know of. It's just extraordinary, that movie, for me. It's in my top 10 for sure. Let me read here a little bit. I know about Megadeth, Aguante Megadeth. I watched the video, guys. I also did a reaction on that. So, Franco, if you're not familiar with the channel, I already did the reaction of understanding the Megadeth. It's really extremely loved in uh, in uh, in Argentina. Maybe I should do because I don't know Megadeth very well. I have to admit, I never got too much into them. So I'm sure there is a plenty for me to discover also of Megadeth. Maybe I should do some Megadeth songs. And maybe you can also suggest me some Megadeth songs that a lot of you would love to see because I'm not so super familiar. Sepultura, Jack, yes, Sepultura, of course. Sepultura, of course. I love Sepultura. Javier, I think are you referring to the guy that does also the synth on Nick Cave? Don't they still work together? The guy that was also in Grinder Man? I also want to do some more Mexican stuff. I like Natalia Jimenez. First of all, because I like to look at her. I know I'm a simple man. I'm a very simple man. I love those Mexican singers, uh, especially the female one, because they look also so freaking beautiful. So I enjoy. I would love to see like I would love to do more reaction of Natalia Jimenez. She's absolutely gorgeous, and maybe we do also more of Alejandra. Anyway, at least I love the younger years are just fantastic. She's just gorgeous. Yes, do more Natalia Jimenez. Yes, Tanya. I want to look. I want to. For me, it's a pleasure. First of all, because she's a freaking unbelievable singer, Natalia, and I just love to look at her. Like I'm like, I get hypnotized. Yes, Yamila. I actually that's what I was thinking. I did the last song of Rammstein. I would love to do some more Rammstein. Rammstein is a crazy interesting band. In my opinion, so crazy interesting and unique. Those guys, they manage to command their own style, even in their own language, and still manage to go global. I mean, it's so unique that a band that speaks in German has reached a global audience. Because I'm pretty sure also in Argentina, they're huge, Rammstein. Correct me if I'm wrong, both in Mexico and Argentina and around. Haven't they come already there to perform in the South America or in Mexico? I'm pretty certain they come there big time. And it's just, they manage really to blend all the things good of a little bit of electronic music with really heavy hard metal, with like an incredible voice, because that guy with that deep dark baritone voice is so unique, that it's just like, uh, you know is at the same level of those bands which they have like singers which of course have like 4 octaves and they can go everywhere, some even 5 octaves. But still, even with that dark baritone voice, he managed to be globally recognized. Let's see what's going on here. I'm getting a little bit. Natalia Jimenez, she's not from Mexico. She's Spanish. You serious? I thought she was Mexican, but she lives in Mexico, right? She's been adopted, basically, like a lot of Spanish artists. Basically, they moved to Mexico or South America. I want to be adopted by Mexico too, man. I love the climate there. Jack, what's going on with KMFDM? I don't know. Now I cannot recall. Is it a band? She's from Spain, Natalia. Oh, I didn't know. I didn't know she was from Spain. Because I assumed, she did more those mariachi music, and I thought like, oh, she must be, probably she's from there. Grazie, Leila. Thank you very much. Gracias, muchas gracias. Una mentira más. You know what? Let me put this on because I want to see Natalia again. So let's see. I'm gonna put it una mentira más. So I'm gonna do it after. Una mentira más. Here we go. I got it right here. Oh, I cannot look at this woman. I'm already looking at this one. I'm already getting hypnotized. Let me get back to look at my face. Otherwise, I get hypnotized by Natalia. Beauty. Let's go. I got it right there. I'm going to do it after the live. Otherwise, I forget. Franco Inguenez. What do I think about the Super Bowl? You mean the show? I did the reaction of the show, but yeah, like I said before, I don't know. It's just well, it's very entertaining. It came across absolutely entertaining, and the energy, of course. You can really see that Latinos, they really have incredible high energy and just joviality and color they bring to the stage. But the fact that the whole thing was the fact that the whole thing was mostly lip sync, and the music, I think takes a little bit away. I mean, yeah. I mean, a lot of artists in the past ever done it live, so it can be done. So that means that can be done. But of course, when something is done with a lot of choreography and it's focused more on the fireworks and dancing, then I can understand that singing goes back basically second place, especially when everything it's like snippets of songs. Like they sing like the catchy phrase of the famous songs, and then they do this medley going on and on and on. That it's not really, it's entertaining, but it's not really a concert, even though they play for 15 minutes or so. I think, in my opinion, if you get a band to really play two songs, back to back, two great songs, I think the people will enjoy it more probably. Yeah, I understand, Jack. There's too much risk, but a lot of people did it. A lot of people did sing it live. Even I think Prince. Prince did it live under the rain, for freak's sake. I mean, huh? But then again, I mean, there was only one Prince, of course. Like it's like one of those great guy. Thanks, Janis Jackson. Oh, I think Janis Jackson, they're still regretting that wardrobe malfunction thing. I don't know if it was ever meant to be that way, or if it was or wasn't. But yeah, probably create the more controversy that they were asking for. Neatrice, I agree with you. Prince was Prince. I mean, it's like Prince was a genius. There's not, I mean, when you realize that Prince recorded his first album at 17 and he played every freaking instrument on that album and he did everything alone, then you realize what kind of nut job that guy was. Like, truly, I cannot even tie my shoe properly, and Prince at 17 was already doing an album on his own. Crazy stuff. Hey, Amore Pato 22, Quando Paese el Tremblor, I did the reaction and it was blocked, unfortunately. I did the reaction to the official video and it got blocked. So sorry. Yeah, Jack, I agree. I don't think she benefited a lot from that kind of halftime show with that controversy, probably. It probably backfired on her more than it brought attention. Because sometimes, probably, they think those people maybe was organized to create a type of glamorized scandal that could bring more attention on the halftime show and on the artist. But then again, you never exactly know how the audience is going to perceive it. And of course, one has to do something with the physical body, exposing yourself and nipples or whatever, even though in my vocabulary that is something absolutely offenseless. I didn't find it offensive. I found it amusing, but that's it. I didn't find it scandalous either. Like, okay, that's a bra, that's a titty, that's a nipple. Fine, great, okay. So, but then you have to understand that all the prude and all everybody that gets still scandalized by a nipple, and they think about the kids and the friendliness, the family friendliness of the show, and then I think it backfired too much on them. Neatrice, I'm so happy that your son is listening to Prince. Good choice. Keep him on this diet of good music. That's very important. Halek Alej C. Why don't want to react to Dennis Arena? Who is Dennis Arena? Did you ask that already? Dennis Arena. Dennis Arana. I have to check that. Dennis Arana. No, because you're putting all those freaking signs. Let me see. Dennis Arana. It better be worth it. It better be worth it because I'm checking it live. Huh? Better be worth it. Who is this guy here? Was he on a show or something? The only thing I get here is like somewhere on a show. Como io te amo. Mi querido viejo. That's a 10-minute song, man. All right, I'm gonna check it out later. Now I cannot do because the audio doesn't go well anyway. So, what is it? Is it Alej? Is it a crooner? Is it a type of crooner singer? Like a little bit like Tony Bennett, Vicente Fernandez, like that type of singer? Neatrice, yes, I want a new band. I want new bands. Ciao, Itzy. I haven't forgotten you. I see you. I used to follow vloggers. I love vlogging, but also my vlogs. Every time I post a vlog, I get like fucking 500 views. You know, you guys, I have almost 100,000 subscribers. Every time I post a vlog, I have like 500 views. And I'm not blaming you. Probably I just have to make them more interesting. But I try to, to do the vlog also more cinematic. Well, we'll see. I love vlogging, but I think also the format is changing. I used to love, I used to love Casey Neistat. I used to follow also, what was the other guy? Fun for Louis. Fun for Louis. I used to follow, but not regularly. The only vlogger that I've ever followed every freaking single day was Casey Neistat. I think I haven't missed one vlog of Casey Neistat or the video before, for that matter, and so on. So let's go through old questions. Detonantes. Okay, Neatrice, let me write detonantes here as well. Let's go detonantes before I forget. Detonantes. So I do that one. Detonantes. Let's see. Detonantes. Detonantes full album. Let's see. View count. What do you have to choose? Detonantes band. Well, you should send me a link because here I get other videos, but I don't get Detonantes. Tirando poderes. Afuera no hay nada. Experiencia tormenta. All right. It doesn't look like very popular though, this band. So probably it's not gonna interest too many. But anyway. Why you dead, Neatrice? What's going on? Child Zen from Indonesia. You still up, man? Nice to see you. Willie, ciao. Nice to see you, Willie. Nicholas, I'm 43. I was born in 76. I know that I look like 73, but I am just 43. Unfortunately, I'm way too white and not enough hair anymore. I used to have much more like long hair. And Arturo, you are amazing. Thank you very much. And we got Mikal from Israel. Ciao, Mikal. Io so Siddhartha. Oh man, so many things to check. Now I'm getting confused. Okay, now I have to do. I have to do Natalia with Yuri. We do maybe Lynch and Sandro, and this other band. Okay, I think I've got to get to work. This morning I spent all morning doing work and taking care of stuff and business. phone calls and so on and so forth. I wanted to do a live here. It's a 1.5 hour live, and I don't have other things to do. But I think I'm going to do those 3 reaction. I go back to work here, and I'm going to post those reaction for you guys. And yeah. I also want to do like we'll see. I got like in the week to come will be nice. Maybe we do like a poll. We'll see if we manage to do some Rammstein, some Megadeth, some more international bands that you also want to see, that we interest everyone. It's gonna be fun like that. Yeah, Rata Blanca. I think Rata Blanca I should do more because I like them and I haven't done many of them. So I think maybe I should do also more Rata Blanca. Pato, there is a version of Cremen with Gustavo with Mojo. I didn't know that. Desnuda de Mujer. Who was the artist again? Man, if you were in the Salty Snake, if you saw the chat, I already got like I think only in this chat, and we are just 40. I already got like 15 songs or 20 songs that I have to check, and I already forgot. I wrote some down here because I forget. I forget. Yeah. I really wanted to do Cream and the cover. It's a little bit difficult. I was studying it. I really wanted to do the version of the studio version of Cream and of Gustavo to sing it. You know, I really wanted to do that. But yeah, there are some parts towards the end where it goes a little higher. It's a little bit difficult. I have to learn. I have to practice. We'll see if I manage. All right, guys. I think I've been on for 1.5 hours. If you don't have any other question, otherwise, just give me a second. I want to get some water because if you don't mind, give me like 30 seconds. I go get some water because I'm a little bit thirsty. I'm coming back. I'm coming back. I'm coming back. I just needed to have some water a little bit. Here we go again. Nice. Sorry, guys, but I really needed some water. Now we can go on for another 10 minutes. All right, now I have to really do this, Dennis. Huh? Arana. All right, we'll do that. The Kaio 88. Did you see that Alessandra got also like interviewed by Radio Red Mendoza from Argentina about Soda Stereo? Did you see that? That was freaking awesome, man. I'm so happy that actually those reactions they get also this much traction and exposure. It's incredible. It's lovely. I wish I knew how to speak Spanish. Unfortunately, yeah. We gotta do some Scorpions. That's a very Maria. Thank you so much for that suggestion. I want to do some Scorpion, also to some Guns N' Roses. Lola Beltran. Lola. Lola, we did few Lola here, if I'm not mistaken. Sufriendo a solas. That sounds a very dramatic song. Huh? Suffering alone? Don't suffer alone. I love Queen too, Maru. I love Queen. They're awesome. Freddie Mercury is one of the greatest ever. Guys, there's a ton of Soda Stereo reaction. Go watch it, huh? You always ask me like Soda Stereo, and then it's like 3,000 people only watch it. Where are you? Go watch those Soda Stereo reactions that I did. I think I done like 25 videos on Soda Stereo. Actually, how many albums did they produce? I hope not like The Cure, like 13, 15 albums or something. Otherwise, there's like a ton of stuff to check. What was there? Let me see. Let me read those a little bit up. Damien Salazar, Fabian Silva. Is it like a guitar player? All right. And Soda Stereo has like 7 studio albums. Wow. Already 7 studio albums. Impressive. Yes. 100K. 100K, we get full makeup reaction. Special. Oh yeah, sure. I mean, I don't mind at all doing more Soda Stereo. We're just gonna spread a little bit, like in between. So I think it makes it interesting for everyone. I don't mind at all. Actually, I hope I can discover some of the songs in their albums that I like. That's for me the greatest joy. When you find a band and then you find that they have more songs that you like. Like for any other band. I'm not the type of person that gets fixated only with one artist. I get fixated with all of them that I love. So sometimes like it becomes hard to give space. I love so many bands, man. I love so many songs. I will never I like I don't want to live without Smashing Pumpkins. I don't want to live without Pearl Jam. I don't want to live without the music of Jeff Buckley or Led Zeppelin or Pink Floyd. I don't want to switch one for another. You know what I mean? Like I just love all of them. So I just want to increase, like then, okay, Soda Stereo and Remolinos. I want to discover other songs that I like them much, and to put them into the whole thing. Nicholas, of course, Astor Piazzolla used to be my playlist in, I think, 12, 13 years ago. I had the playlist of all kinds of stuff, of course, and some of the songs of Astor Piazzolla were there, of course. It's amazing stuff, man. Astor Piazzolla is great, man. Oh man, I watched that video of Charlie Garcia jumping from the hotel roof. That was scary, man. That was freaking scary. Because like I thought that the whole story was that he had an accident and he fell, but he survived. You know what I mean? I don't know, like he jumped from a roof. I thought maybe a couple of story building roof. He fell down, he got hurt, he survived. I had no freaking clue that the guy was so freaking high like a kite that all of a sudden he just chose to jump from the ninth floor or whatever there was in the freaking swimming pool. Oh man, I mean, that could have ended his life. Like that moment when I saw him jump, like with the slow down a little bit, with the slow motion, and then you see that the guy basically, you cannot see him falling into the swimming pool, but you can, he falls into the swimming pool. And then you realize, wow, this guy, he could have just, if he just had hit the border with his hand or leg, he would have been injured forever if he survived. You know what I mean? And he just managed to get out of it unscuffed. Like that guy is really like absolutely. I mean, I don't know if he, after in his life, he had a moment of sobriety and he realized what he did. But, like, wow, I got Yonderin, you're too kind. Thank you very much. You're amazing. You're amazing too. You're super amazing. Thank you so much. You didn't have to, but thank you nonetheless. So you're amazing. You're pretty amazing, I have to say. And so I was incredibly surprised by Charlie Garcia. And then you guys told me that he totally was messed up. Who knows under what kind of pills, and like almost losing his head. What the Kaya 88? Which reaction are you referring to? I forgot. Mm, Charlie Garcia. I actually liked very much that song in black and white that was shot in New York. I think the video. I would love to do more of that type of the type of vibe, Charlie. Raja, you're from India. Wow. Nice, man. Nice to see you. You're probably the first Indian viewer I get here. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate you. Nice. I've been in India once. I've been, well, quite some time ago. In 2010. Wow, it's already 10 years ago? Crazy. Wow. Ciao, Maria Pericio. Ciao. Nice interacting with you as well. I'll see you next time. You take care, guys. Well, if you don't have other question, I'm just gonna go. Now it's an hour and 37 minutes. I'm live. I'm just gonna go before I forget to those requests we got here. So I do those reaction and I'm gonna post it right away. So I got some work to do, and yeah, I'm gonna do more lives. I don't know if I manage. Yeah, anytime I have a little bit of time, for me, it's not a burden to come online. I enjoy just also hanging out with you guys. It's fun. It's just fun for me to hanging out with you guys. Pato 22. I really don't have a favorite music group. I just love so many bands. I just cannot live with one or without the other. There's so many. There's so many. So many, and every time more. Every time more. So, yeah. Oh, Up Snake, thank you so much. We have to do more Juan Gabriel. Juan Gabriel is awesome. It was awesome. I have to find the time also to do a little bit more Juan Gabriel. Raja asked me, what do I think about India? Well, of course, I haven't been everywhere. I was just in Goa mainly. I flew to, I flew in, where? Mumbai? And then from there, I was just in the airport, and then I flew to Goa, to Arjuna. I liked it, man. It was really nice. I spent like almost a month and a half there. I was with my girlfriend at the time. It was in February. It was actually in this period from February to March. I loved it, man. I loved the beach. I loved the weather. I loved the food. It was a little crazy, but in terms of traffic and stuff like that. And then they told me that Goa actually it's much quieter than other places. So yeah. Yeah, I liked Goa. I enjoyed Goa very much. Yeah, also game soundtrack. It's because I don't play very much that I don't react to game soundtrack. Actually, one soundtrack that I like some songs, but I didn't play the game was I think Skyrim. Skyrim, my brother was playing at the time Skyrim, and I heard those songs and then I searched for those songs. There's one song that I really like. Yeah, now I'm gonna now guys I'm gonna say hi and I'm gonna go straight into reactions and then I post them. It's gonna take me some time, so I want to try to do it before this evening, so that you find it later. And yeah, I just shortened my haircut. Yeah, just because it was too messy before. I didn't like it very much. So anyway, guys, I just want to thank you all of you for joining the live. So much fun to come more often here and speak with you. So we got I got work to do. We have those lives they stay on. So for whoever is interested, there are snippets of thoughts here and there. And for also next live, I'm gonna give you a little bit more notice. And yeah, and then perhaps we can talk about more things. Yes, that's my PC from NASA, Pato 22. Exactly. It's actually already a year old, but it works totally fine. So for editing and all kinds of stuff. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you so much, Raja. Thank you for Yadira, Tanya, Miguel, Arcadi, and Mariana, Neotrice. Thank you so much for being here. It was really nice to spend some time with you. So I'm gonna go to work. We got some work to do, and I'll see you. Well, you'll see me in the next videos in a little bit, huh? Always spread love. Mwah, mwah. It's not creepy. This is not creepy at all. This is just showing affection, unconditional love. Mwah, mwah. With sound effect that nobody asked for, with creepy sound effect that certainly no one ever asked for. Ciao, ciao, ciao ragazzi. Ci vediamo la prossima volta. I'll see you next time. I'm time. I have to click here. I have to click there. Ciao.